The strongest man on earth would fall to his knees the second he sees a woman he loves. I think it's very important to sort of distinguish ourselves as being, people who want to improve, right? Of course, my target audience is male people. And of course, females can watch my videos too. However, I think it very much just is an important aspect of life to win, to gain some sort of progress in, your craft, your trade, your skill, to gain money, to gain fame, glory, security, wealth, whatever it is you want in life. However, I think it's so true, in my opinion, that even after, no matter how tough you can be, no matter how, strong, both physically and mentally, it doesn't matter when it comes down to the aspect of love. And this isn't me trying to be like cheesy or corny or anything. I think it's true. I think any man who, truly is trying to, become strong, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I think it's very much just a key just aspect of life that whenever they meet a woman that they love, they would just fall to their knees and just become not so much a weak man, but just appreciate that love and warmth. And it's not bad too, right? And there's a lot of videos out there that talk about, and I've seen them, right? I've heard them. There was this whole, era of YouTube and social media, in the early 2020s when, the whole Sigma and alpha male stuff, rejecting women, becoming the sort of, male that doesn't need women or doesn't need this sort of validation. However, I think it's, obviously it's one of the crucial principles, in the hierarchy of needs. And not only is it, true based on this hierarchy, but I think it's just a normal aspect of life that we do crave this sort of sense of love, this sort of unconditional love. If we can get it, we would just absolutely just be so grateful to have. And the key distinction here isn't to give up on your goals. It isn't to give up on your dreams and your life and your purpose to chase girls, to chase, a beautiful woman. It isn't to do that. It's to become a type of person who can still put their purpose and values over, the temptations of today, the sort of status quo of nowadays where, people say, oh, you need to, get into hookups, you need to get into one night stands and all that stuff. You don't need that. In my opinion, I think the most important thing for, male or female, me, I'm a male, so I would speak from experience on this. It would be to just, lock in, focus on your own goals and missions, your own purpose, whether that be, increasing your income, going to school, working on a business, side hustle, trading, investing, saving, whatever, right? Is to focus on building your own, and you've heard it, right? Is to focus on building your own garden. But also, I think it's a very lonely life when you just stop being closed off from your when you start to close off your emotions and just be totally, a total stoic. It's important to be stoic in certain moments, but also appreciate the things that life gives you. If you build up a garden and you're able to attract beautiful, creatures to it, you find a wife, you find a girl who you really like, you find good friends. It's not bad to appreciate that kind of stuff and to let that stuff and let those people and those emotions, to let that all out and just be grateful for life, to enjoy love, to enjoy friendship. Of course, don't let it become the priority when it comes to, your mission. Don't just give up, quit your job and just focus on love, right? That's not how the world works. It's to focus, of course, on love, but also appreciate. And my current standpoint would be to just acknowledge these emotions, acknowledge this love, and ultimately you'll be able to live a life which is in this harmony in which you get to both enjoy your purpose and your mission and your work, but also enjoy the rewards that come from it. Love, friendship, unconditional just gratitude, this gratefulness towards, God, this gratefulness towards the people around you for the life you've been able to build. And above all, grateful towards your past self for being able to build this life. And of course, that's one of the things that I really try to teach you guys. So hopefully you find some value in this video. Of course, be a tough guy, but also understand that you're still human, right? Enjoy your emotions as well. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. See ya.